guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kiara and I'm a full-time crochet business owner. And if you're someone who watches my videos often, you might have noticed I haven't posted a full video like this in a while, and I apologize about that. I've just had a lot going on recently and making YouTube videos just wasn't my priority. So I will do my best to try to get some more videos out for you guys. I can't guarantee there will be one once a week every week, but I will definitely do my best, and thank you guys for sticking with me and coming back to watch this new video. So in this video we will be going to a market to sell my crocheted plushies, and I'm gonna do my market prep with you guys, and of course I will bring you guys along with me to the market and try to update you guys throughout the market, tell you guys how it's going and all of that. And then of course, as usual, after the market, I will give you guys a whole breakdown of like all my sales and tell you guys how much money I made and all that stuff. So this is kind of like a smaller market. I've been doing these a few times this summer. It's a Thursday night market. So the market is tonight, and because it's like a smaller market, I thought I would do a video for you guys since I don't think it'll be too overwhelming for me to film and edit this video before my next market, which is in a week, another Thursday night market. So hopefully we can have a really good market, and I'm excited to bring you guys along with me again. So the past 2 weekends I had 2 big 4-day events, like literally back to back. So that was one reason I was like really overwhelmed and could not do a video for those. I just didn't have enough time and all that. So my inventory right now is lower than I'd like it to be, but I mean it's a good thing because I sold a lot of stuff at those 2 big events. So I basically had 3 days to make more stuff since the last day of the last 4-day event. So I'm pretty happy with what I did crochet in those 3 days, and I will show you guys all of those items, just everything I crocheted since my last event, because I will need to prep all of those items for tonight's market. I'm gonna need to put like price tags on them and tags with my logo. So I always like to show you guys those things. I think you guys enjoy it too. So let's get right into it. So this is in no like particular order that I made it or anything. But first I will be showing you guys a weighted chicken. I only had one left from my last event, so I figured I might as well make one more since they are pretty popular. I just crochet around a weighted pouch that my mom makes with plastic and glass beads, and then it makes a weighted chicken. And then I have just like a regular smaller chicken that is not weighted. I sold quite a few of these. I think I sold all of the brown ones at the big events I had. I only have like one color. It's like black and white, like speckled yarn kind of thing. So I figured I might as well make like one different colored chicken. And then I have 2 geese. This one is like more of a cream color and this one is like white. So I think these are cute. I completely sold out at my last event, so I thought I'd make 2 since they're pretty popular and like everyone loves them. I literally had people coming back to my booth and being like, do you have any geese left? And I was like, no, sorry. So they're in high demand. Then I made 4, I say medium bees, I guess, because I have smaller bees than this, and usually I have like a jumbo giant bee. I don't have it anymore because it's sold, but this is like the size in between. I made 4 of them since I did also sell out of these at my last event. So I have 2 in this like brighter yellow and 2 in this like darker yellow. I think they're both cute, so I just wanted to restock on these. Then I have a snuggler, just a pink bear with like an embroidered face so that it can be given to a baby, because plastic safety eyes are indeed not safe for babies. This one, I don't know why, I feel like it's bigger than the other ones I usually make, but I literally made it the exact same way. Like, I don't know, maybe it's not bigger, I just feel like it is. I don't know, I'll compare it to the one I have left tonight. But yeah, these are pretty fun to make. I also made a pumpkin. I know it might be a little early for like pumpkin season, but I'm excited, so I made a pumpkin. Then I have 3 hot dogs that I made. They do come with like a little red basket and a napkin. One of them has like a brown bun like this, and the other ones are more like yellow. I usually try to have these 2 options since some people like the brown buns and some people like the more yellow ones. I literally only had one left at my last event, so I just wanted to restock a little bit since these are very popular. Then I have two like silly frogs. Their legs and arms kind of curl like this. People find it funny. And yeah, I think I had a few left, but I just wanted to make some frogs. Then I have two chubby bunnies. These are really, really great for like Easter. Now, Easter has passed a while ago and it's not soon, but I enjoy making these and I just love this yarn so much. Like the color of it is so pretty. So I wanted to use this yarn and I was like, it's perfect for bunnies. So I made these bunnies. I probably should have showed you guys this one like with the big bees, but I made like a smaller bee. This is my smaller sized bee. I honestly forgot I made it and then it was like under everything. But yeah, I made just like one small bee. Then I made two elephants, one in like this solid gray color, kind of matches with like the background, and one in like a variegated gray color. I made these two because I only have two elephants left. Like before I made these, I only had two elephants left since my last event and they were both in like brighter colors. So I wanted some like basic gray elephants for this market. So that's everything I made in the last 3 days for the market. I also did make 10 of a specific item that is for somebody, so it's not like coming to the market. It is for my vendor friend that is also a vendor at these markets, but unfortunately she can't make it tonight. Something with her work came up, but I thought she was coming, so I had made these to bring to her tonight, but it's fine, you know, I'll see her again. So I did make 10 chill pills like this. They're being used, she's giving them to coworkers as like stress balls, and it's just funny because they're chill pills. So I have 10 of these in different colors. I won't show you all 10, but I did make 10 of these also. They're just not getting prepped for the market. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put price tags and tags with my logo on all the items I just showed you guys that are coming to the market. Also, I brought my grid walls and like the baskets that go on the grid walls into the house out of my car because I will not be bringing my grid walls to tonight's market because, as I mentioned earlier, like my inventory is very low and I just think that if I did put my grid walls up and I put some plushies in the grid walls, my tables would be very bare, like there wouldn't be a lot of stuff. So I figured for this market it might just be better to not bring the grid walls and just put everything on the tables, like, so that they're not super empty and they're full. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I put tags on all the plushies I just showed you guys, and I got ready for the market, so I have my shirt with my logo, and I'm all ready to go. I'll be leaving soon. So at the market, I will show you guys my setup once it's all set up. It will look the same as it normally does when I do these Thursday night markets. I always put a table on each side so that people can come in my booth from both sides because there's people walking on both sides. So if you only face one way, you're definitely losing sales because people walking on the other side can't see you. So it's going to be the same like that, except I just won't have my grid walls today. But I will show you guys, and then I will try to update you guys throughout the market as best as I can. Obviously that depends on how busy it is. And then, of course, after, you guys will get all the good details. It's just past 6:30. Technically the market started at 5. I made some sales. It's a bit slow, but it still has time to pick up. So hopefully it keeps going well and goes even better. Alright guys, so it's Friday morning, so I will update you guys on yesterday's market. Just tell you guys kind of like how it went, and of course tell you guys all the good details, how much I made, and about all of my sales. So the market wasn't too bad. It wasn't like incredibly busy, and at this market particularly, I find like sometimes there's a lot of traffic, but they're just not your customers most of the time, so they're not even like stopping to look at your stuff or anyone's stuff most of the time. So that was kind of the case yesterday. There was a decent amount of people walking around, but they weren't stopping to look at like anyone's stuff, not just mine. Like the other vendors kind of found that same issue, but it wasn't like horrible. Like I still made some sales. I still made some profit and all that stuff. And also considering I just had those two big fairs like 2 weekends in a row, I'm okay with the slower market. So at yesterday night's market, I made a total of $424, so it's not horrible for a 4-hour market. The booth fee was $55, and the square fees were $4.73, so that leaves me with a total profit of $364.27. So like, I didn't reach 10 times the booth fee or anything like that. Obviously I would have liked to make more, I mean, who wouldn't? But I'm okay with it because I mean I didn't have all the inventory in the world either, so it's okay. The one thing that is really odd though is that I did these Thursday night markets last year, like same venue, same organizers, same everything, literally. And they were always like some of my best markets last summer, and then so I booked like all of them this summer, and this summer they're just not as good, like all of them. So it's just weird, but it kind of goes to show that like markets are going to be different from year to year, even like if everything else is the same, like same organizers and everything. So that's like a bit weird, I find, but everything is different from year to year. So now I'm going to give you guys a whole breakdown of all my sales, like tell you guys about each items I sold. So I will tell you guys how many of each items I sold out of the amount that I brought. I will tell you guys how much I sold the item for, and I will put a picture of that item up here. So let's not mind the bags and the mess, and let's get started. So starting with small bees, I started with 8 of them, and I sold one for $12. I started with 10 little birdies, and I sold one for $12 also. I started with 4 mini chickens, and I sold 2 of them for $10 each. I started with 12 chicken nuggets, and I sold one for $8. I started with 5 chubby bunnies, and I sold 2 of them for $15 each. I started with 3 fried eggs, and I sold one for $15. I started with 4 elephants, and I sold one for $28. I started with 2 geese, and I sold one for $28 also. I started with 72 keychains, and I sold 3 of them for $8 each. I started with 4 big frogs, and I sold one for $18. I started with 15 small frogs, and I sold 6 of them for $8 each. I started with 5 mini dinos, and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I started with 3 big mushies, and I sold one for $20. I started with 18 mini octos, and I sold 2 of them for $8 each. I started with 4 octopus plushies, and I sold one for $15. I started with 7 rubber duckies, and I sold 2 of them for $15 each. I started with 10 small sea turtles, and I sold 3 of them for $18 each. And lastly, I started with 2 medium sea turtles, and I sold one for $25. So that's a total of 32 items that sold last night. So for last night's best sellers, I'm only going to do like the top 2 because for the third one, there'd be like a bunch of them. So number one is not keychains today. Usually it's keychains, so that's different. Number one is small frogs, and I sold 6 of them. And we have a two-way tie for number 2, so we have small sea turtles and keychains tied, and I sold 3 of each of those. So usually keychains are like my number 1 bestseller. Usually if it's not the number 1, it's number 2. But I guess the bestsellers for yesterday's market, they're not like super different. The small frogs are usually up there. And small sea turtles have been super popular, so I'm not super surprised. But I was surprised that I didn't sell more keychains than I did, but it was nice seeing other things make it to the number 1 bestseller. So that was like all the details about like how much I made and about the items I made, but I do want to add one thing. So there was another crochet vendor at this market. I've seen her a few times this summer, and she literally is the sweetest person ever. And she mentioned a while ago that she had bought my hot dog pattern, which is like my most popular pattern, and that she usually makes them into little keychains. And she said she wasn't selling them when I was there because I also have my hot dogs, which super cool. I wouldn't be upset if she were to sell her hot dog keychains because I don't have them on keychains, because she makes them with smaller yarn. But anyways, so she brought me a little hot dog keychain that she made for me, which I thought was the sweetest thing. I don't have it with me right now. It is like hooked up on my crochet bag. That's not like right here, but I did take a picture. Here it is. I posted on my Instagram story. It is the sweetest thing ever. Like, I literally almost cried. Super sweet, super cute. So yeah, I have it hooked up on my crochet bag, and it's probably gonna stay there. Also, any patterns or tutorials available for like anything I mentioned in this video, whether it was something I showed when I was showing you guys everything I made before the market, or anything I mentioned in the breakdown, the links to those patterns and tutorials will be in the description for you guys. So that's how the market went. It wasn't the best market ever, but it wasn't the worst, definitely. So I'm okay with it. That's going to be it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned. I'm hoping to get videos out for you guys as often as possible. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!